New era, New England, new face. Polite Inquiries, Leeds, day one. Niall O'Brien asks, at Roller98, why did you bother going to bed? Sorry guys, I'm pretty sure I look incredibly rough. I just got in from Amstelveen on the on the red-eye flight this morning.
You don't look that bad actually, and you made it on time. You made it before the toss, I think?
Yeah.
That's pretty good, yeah. All this talk about transport issues in the UK.
And here we are. Ben Jones asks, how old was young Matt when Ancient Vish graduated from uni? I think I was still in the cryo chamber.
I don't know, how did this get on there? Is this, yeah, turn the lights off, honestly. This is not relevant. We have spoken about this. You were 11 years old when I graduated from uni, yeah.
And look at all that time I had to grow. Abby asks, is Baz McCullum bringing sexy back to Test cricket? Did sexy ever go away?
Well, this is the thing. Test cricket is the sexiest format. That's why they call it Test cricket.
Yeah.
I wonder actually if the rest of the world are already getting annoyed by all the utterances, because even Stokes talking about it yesterday about let's be entertainers instead of, we're in the entertainment business, we're not in the sporting business. That was pretty soon after he said that it didn't matter if Owen Morgan didn't score any runs. So they're changing the game completely now, and I think we've got to adjust. And has he brought sexy back? I think sexy goes wherever he goes, so I suppose he has in a way, isn't it?
It's just vibes. Abidya asks, how is Daryl Mitchell middling every cricket ball thrown at him? It was a pretty extraordinary moment, wasn't it? Nichols absolutely nailing a straight drive down the ground, and yeah, somehow Leach bars a wicket. The unluckiest man in cricket gets a slice.
Yeah. He said he didn't want it, did he? He said he didn't like it. He said he wouldn't rewatch it, which is stupid because he should, because it was damn funny. We're at the end where Nichols played the shot, and I thought the way Mitchell tried to get out of it, he didn't try that hard. If you look at the umpire, Kettlebell, wasn't it? Yeah, he was all over the place. But I think Mitchell thought, because he's seeing it so well, he didn't really have to contort his body too much. He should have just jumped out of the way.
Yeah.
But it was a very good catch by Lees. I do also like the fact, you probably read it on Quick Info, but just from Jack Leach's press conference there, he clearly does not know any of the rules in cricket laws. Sorry. We had to correct him on a couple of things. He didn't know about the ball can now hit short legs helmet and go up for a catch and be legal. He didn't know that. Yeah, they're just sexy idiots, aren't they, this England team?
He spent so much time reading up on the new laws of the 60 that he was just expecting someone to be evicted from the field at some mystery point.
It's a good point. It's good. Maybe that was in the app. Maybe someone asked for that and we had to deliver, yeah.
Cricket is fun. It's definitely not. Asks, how do England get Daryl Mitchell out? I feel like he's going to get himself out. He's having the worst best series anyone has ever had. He's averaging, I think, 150 overnight.
Yeah. And
yet has kind of been involved in every single comedic moment that has gone against New Zealand. Like he's dropped catches, he's run people out. He's having like an unbelievable series and yet also kind of a terrible one.
It kind of feels like that England and Daryl Mitchell have made a pact that you can have your, we'll give you your runs, but just give us something in return, whether it's a catch, whether it's a run out or, a few drops here and there. Yeah, as you said if you're rating him out of 10, which we'd probably have to do in a few days' time, what would you give him? Because I wouldn't feel comfortable giving him anything above a 7.
Tom Kingham asks, what day should we expect the stress fracture news for Jay Overton now he's hit 90 miles an hour?
So this is really interesting because Jamie Overton, I think, touched one delivery, went at 90 miles an hour. His average was 85.7 or something, late 80s for all you Overton apologists out there. And it's interesting because one of the things he talked about when he was younger was how, he was pretty aggressive. Well, he was very, very aggressive. He'd always try and bowl as quick as he could. And I think he had a realization when I don't know if he had a stress fracture or they call it there's another word for it where...
Stress reaction.
Stress reaction, that's what we were about to get a stress fracture. And essentially he came to the decision that he needed to be a bit more mature, and that a lot of that was dialing down the behaviour, but also essentially bowling within himself. So someone who's going to hover at 85, 86 and then push the ball out every now and again and go into the 90s. He's not like Jofra Archer, he's not like Mark Wood in that he can maintain that mid-90 pace, well the early 90 pace and then hit mid-90s, which has obviously such a profound difference when you go into it. But he is the designated speedster. He is the only fit designated speedster, and I suppose he's earned the right to play in the team and take that spot.
Yeah, I thought he bowled really well. I thought his first spell he was sort of quite clearly nervous. Second spell he seemed like he came into it a lot more, where I think the first one his lengths were kind of all over the place. It just seemed a little bit at random, whereas the second one It was very much sort of back of a length, back of a length, back of a length, and then one full ball and over, and that was how he got Conway out via the inside edge. So yeah, I think it was a pretty promising debut. Sabayan asks, Jack Leach versus left-handed batters, discuss. I think it's pretty well worn that Leach averages about 1 million against left-handers in the first innings.
But it's getting better.
But it is getting better, and it definitely helps when you get the flukiest dismissal that anyone's ever seen that you don't think should count.
Especially when the bloke does what most left-handers have been able to do to Jack Leach, get to the pitch of the ball and nail him down the ground.
M. Sachikam asks, is Hell Dell a decent coinage for the Mitchell and Blundell duo?
We'll see you tomorrow.